Now let me ask you this, because I always like to ask everybody this, but like, what was a moment in your life where you felt like you was at your lowest and things couldn't get any worse, but you found strength in that moment that allowed you to be successful today?
Well, right now, I'm going through a lot of situations, not being able to play football, going through a lot of adversity, not being able to do what I love, and, being cut from a team last year that I possibly couldn't help. Being able to lose the guarantee money with the Raiders, the $30 million. I just got out of jail a couple weeks ago, out on bond, so I feel like right now it's kind of the lowest I've been, but in the midst of that adversity, I've been able to be creative with the art, and as an artist, express myself in the music. Whole lot of money, hit 1 million streams on Devo.
Well, hold up, you don't just pause over that.
Antonio Brown, superstar, NFL, will destroy you, outrun you. This dude's passion is crazy. So I want everybody to put their hands together. Give it up for the one and only AB. Let's go. If y'all got questions in the chat, please leave your questions and AB will answer them. So AB, first off, I'm a gamer. My grandmother taught me how to play games when I was 4 years old, bro. So it's just only right we sit over the game.
Fight. Hadouken! Hadouken!
Okay.
Alright, hold up. Wait a minute. Yo, hold on, bro. Let me find out.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling alright. I'm alright.
I dig that. So, you said that you played in the arcade. I remember as a kid, on Sundays, I used to go to church with my mom and my stepdad. We used to go to the 7-Eleven. I used to get a Drake coffee cake and a Yoo-Hoo, sit on top of the machine, and I would play Street Fighter and I would play NBA Jam. What were some of your memories growing up in Miami playing Street Fighter?
In Liberty City, we had a little arcade that was right by the Loop. I remember going there with my friends. We used to just compete on games. Usually our mom would give us some like $20 on the weekend. I remember betting them, spending the whole 20 at the game.
The whole 20. So you would bet the 20 and you would win it back.
We would just play for it.
Okay, got you.
Let's go, A. Come on, B.
What are your thoughts on it? And in terms of your career, how do you see yourself potentially being involved in the gaming industry?
In the gaming industry?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't even see a correlation.
Oh, you got to.
Where it is now, I love where it is now as far as like how people are thanking me.
Oh, let's go. Let's go. So, how did you get your start? Like in terms of fashion and jewelry and everything. Like, how did you get your start? Where does the passion come from?
Oh man. So my start came, I was living in Hollywood and I was doing hair and makeup. And being on the photo shoots, I noticed that there was a need for men's jewelry. So I started making beaded jewelry, and then it made me a lot of money. So I decided to take it up another level and learn how to make fine jewelry because the money is longer. You know what I mean? So you get bigger sales. So left Hollywood, left California, came to New York, went to school, met Mikey on Instagram.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shout out to Mike.
Yeah. Met Mikey on Instagram and got my bench jeweler certificate. And after that, I went to school for diamond setting. And then after that, I became a gemologist, just like Mikey. And here we are.
Wow. So now we had to give Mike a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Shout out to Big Mike in the building for helping out. Like, that's what I'm talking about, your expertise, man. So now, my main thing is, I know a lot of times when it comes to jewelry, all the big ballers, you know what I'm saying, everybody want to come through and, floss and stuff like that. But what does it mean to you in terms of when you see them? Like, wearing your jewelry and stuff like that. Because I can imagine it must be a different type of feel. So what is it like when you see people wearing your jewelry, what they say about it? How does that make you feel considering the hard work you put in?
For me, as opposed to some of the other people, I like to say you have your jewelers, you have your salesmen, and you have your artists. Ooh. I consider myself as an artist. So once a piece is complete and I'm able to see it on display, that's everything for me. Put the money aside, put the clout aside, just to see someone wearing a beautiful piece that they have, a custom piece, not something that you just walk in and get off the shelf, but something that you put together and boom, it's just, I can't even describe the feeling.
That's amazing. So now I got something, this is a major question, right? So when it comes to the art style of it, and you're looking at video games, and you just mentioned Tekken and stuff like that as one of your favorites. Have you ever thought about either having your brand in a game where people could wear your jewelry in the game, or like some of the artists or characters that you see in gaming, you make jewelry out of? Like is there a passion there? Like, you know what I mean? Considering that you do have a love for games.
Oh yeah, of course. It'd be nice to see one of the Tekken characters with diamond teeth.
Ooh, yo, that's crazy,
grill, right?
That's crazy.
Awesome. Nobody's
man,
done it yet.
Yeah, actually, that's not there yet. See, I like anybody that I talk to, I like them to think about things that they probably never even saw, even thought of, or thought could be done. And this right here is like something major. So I got a couple more questions. I'll wrap it up. Now my next question is, when it comes to the jewelry business, is it all about sales that makes it successful, or is there other things that people may not be aware of that can drive success in the jewelry business, even outside of just selling something?
I feel like when you do it for the passion and to make the client happy, that's what drives the success. You have a lot of people that do it for the money, but those people that do it for the money, they may send out a piece that's not quite ready, that's not pristine, that's a little mediocre. But when you do it because you love it and you want to see your client happy, and a lot of times you can't make everyone happy,
Absolutely.
You can't save everyone money because it costs to be the boss, you feel me?
Absolutely.
So when you do it, you love it, and you have the perfect client that's willing to spend the money to get what he needs, it comes out great.
Have you ever had like a jewelry beef where like there was somebody out there that was like she got some good jewelry, but my joint is this, my joint is that. Have y'all ever had, or does something exist where there's like a jewelry off, like a little battle or something?
It definitely is, because I'm not what you typically see. When you go to the Diamond District, you don't see a lot of black females.
Absolutely.
At all. So their thing is they like to say, hey, she doesn't know what she's doing. But I've already overcome that because I've got a list of credentials. I've been formally trained, and you can see me anytime. Hit Google and you'll see me at the bench working and doing everything else. So usually the people that will say, hey, she doesn't know what she's doing, they don't have as much training with me. And it's been one time where I had an NBA player in the office with me. And if they come on the block in the Diamond District, word gets around. So
right.
One of his former jewelers from across the street found out that he was with me. So he's literally texting him, whatever she's giving to you, I can give it to you cheaper. She doesn't know what she's doing. Come back over here.
Wow, you serious? Yo.
Yeah.
Wow, go ahead. That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was already a done deal. He told me the guy was texting him and he showed me, but the sale was already completed. So.
Wow.
And he came back as a repeat customer.
That's crazy. So now for my last question, which is kind of like a two-parter and stuff, is and the same question that I had asked Antonio Brown earlier, but what was a moment in your life when you felt like you was at your lowest and things couldn't get any worse, but you managed to find strength in that moment that allowed you to be successful today? And what would you share with others that's inspiring to do what you do?
When I was going through a battle with my ex, I was at my lowest, and I finally decided, you know what? I can do this by myself. I don't need you. I don't need your help. Because if I would have stayed with him, I would have been faking it just so he can financially support me. And I finally decided, you know what? I'm going to do whatever it takes. I thank God every day for Mikey. Mikey has always kind of been.
Clap it up for Mikey again. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up for Mikey.
Yes.
No doubt.
Definitely. And we went through it. Me and my daughter, we went from living in the projects to living in a shelter. And literally, it happened overnight. Like, picked up the pieces where I was struggling, didn't know where the next piece of money was going to come. Till now, like, I'm good, you know? And I don't ever have to look back. You know, the ex is there. We're good. We've made amends and we co-parent great. But I still remind him, I don't want you.
Wow, that's crazy. Like, so look, one love and God bless. Please let them know where they can find you at.
DiggsAndCo. Everywhere. DiggsAndCo.
Let's go, man. Let's do it, Jay. All right,
we here.
So first off, everybody, listen, this is a special moment. You know what I'm saying? So, like, first off, let them know who you are, what you do, and what makes you legendary.
Wow, those are big words, man.
Of course it
Legendary,
is.
like hashtag goat emoji, hashtag, all that.
All of that, yeah.
So I'm Jonthan Mannion, photographer, director. I've been at this thing for 25 years. So, as long as a lot of y'all been alive, probably in this room.
Oh, wow,
I've been on stage with Big E.
Hold on, stop right there. We gotta clap it up for Biggie, baby. Gotta clap it up for the notorious B.I.G. Brooklyn all day. All right, go ahead, baby.
Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt.
Oh my God, we gonna clap it up for that one too. We gonna clap it up for that one. Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. All right, go ahead, bro.
In Brooklyn, we can go Fab, we can go up to Harlem, we can go, whatever.
That's crazy.
DMX, everybody but Tupac, 300 album covers. Honored to still be here, honored to still be relevant, and pushing as hard as ever, man. Trying to continue to set the bar really, really high.
Now, one thing I want to say is, because this is me, like, this is how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I put God first in everything I do. One of the key things you just said.
Shout out to God real quick.
Shout out to God real quick. You know what I'm saying? God all day, without God, there's nothing. So my main thing with you, what I want to say, based on what you just said, in terms of being relevant, like remaining relevant. Everyone is relevant. I don't care what you do. You could be a homeless person in the street. Everyone is relevant, but it's what you do with your blessing that determines where you go. So everyone is relevant. Now, the reason I said that to say this, with what you've been doing in 25 years, when you wake up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you reflect and look back of what you accomplished. I think it's more about, not so much about what you accomplished, but how you impacted so many other people's lives with the work that you put in. So can you share a moment or a time where either someone came up to you or somebody left a comment about you that was like so empowering that made you realize that you can't stop?
Yeah. No, look, I mean, there's crazy stories of, like, even at the beginning of my career, looking at other people's work and thinking, I'm never going to be that good, and almost giving up, right? Wow. So, like, before I even really started, before Reasonable Doubt, before I was on stage with Big, before, any of the work with Ross or, DMX or anybody, I saw this photographer named Ruben Afanador, and I was like, never going to be that good. What else can I do? But had I stopped then, hip hop would look very different. What would it look like? I don't know. Wow. But I've made, significant kind of contributions. But for me, it was always about making the artist feel like their most authentic selves, who they wanted to be, whether it was an alter ego or who it's exactly who they were, And I think now, the comments that I receive from this younger generation that is inspired by the work that we did in the late 90s, early 2000s, are like, man, I have that Aaliyah picture on my wall in college. Man,
wow, that's crazy.
I picked up the camera because of that DMX in the blood. I did this because of, so like you realize, in certain comments or, sort of conversations that I've had are more meaningful because like you can really see they're looking into your soul because they need you to know that you're valuable and your contributions have made a difference in their lives.
Yeah, and the reason why I asked you that question is because on my show is all about having fun, positivity, and just enjoying each other and celebrating each other. So the only gossip that I talk about is gossip that you can learn from and be knowledgeable about to help your life, those that's watching. So you've done so much that I want others to be inspiration to you too as well. So now, February 20th, we have a major event going on. Can you please talk about this event? Let everybody know what's going on for this epic weekend.
Yeah, Art Apple NYC in Brooklyn. We are sort of partnering up with B&H Photo.
Yep. Big up B&H, baby, all day. So we out here.
Dugal, we could give it up for Dugal, printing some incredible photos. They're both companies that I worked with for many years. They were brought in by Mo and Madeline. and Anthony and the people that are really the heart and soul of pulling this together. But incredible photographers being celebrated. Danny Clinch, the legendary D Nice. My name is D Nice, taking out your suckers and you don't know how I did it. Melody Cole, Sharif. Oh my God. Man, I'm forget Ricky Powell. You know, there's a couple more that'll come to me, as we continue to talk about it. But like, it's a celebration in New York. It's a celebration of hip hop. There's incredible photo shows happening. There's one at ICP called Contact High. Check that out. But like, this is a moment now for New York photographers to step into the light. When everybody else was in the light,
Right.
the pieces that we contributed to the success of the culture and the shaping of the visuals of it
Absolutely.
it's now like on full stage. Man.
Now, I got to talk to you about something. So back in the day, Mark Echo had a game called Getting Up. You know what I'm saying? Right? So
big up to Mark Echo.
Yeah, Mark Echo. Word up, man. So let me ask you a question. In this day and age, this year we got the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X dropping and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on the gaming industry period? And what would you want to take the 25 years of experience you have? What would you want to bring to the gaming industry from the experience that you have in the world of hip hop?
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's astounding. I don't come in the gaming version. So like for me to like go against battle, like, yo, come on, I got the quick commands and stuff. I can make the guy do the thing. Like, I'm really not that guy. Yeah. You know, you ask me some photo shit and I'm all over it, man, and I will crush the game. You know what I mean?
That's
I know
what I'm talking about.
my craft inside and out. And I think knowing your craft, you know, is like for the people that are gaming, the people that really are invested in knowing everything about it, like, God bless them for going that distance. I really don't think that you should fake it till you make it. I think you got to know your craft, whatever it is that you do. But man, the gaming industry has exploded. I mean, I don't even know enough about it. I just know that it's an entire world where some 13-year-old kid can win $1 zillion and shut down Avenue for playing a game throughout his life. You know, like I grew up at a different time. I'm 49, you know, so like I grew up, you know, with a waterlogged Nerf football in the backyard.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
our game was like Pong. We had a little thing.
Yeah,
that was like, you know, and it got a little faster. That was the excitement, you know? So like, I really, you know, I just am not blessed with enough time in my life to devote, you know what I mean? To like, you know, to be like, yo, game. Yeah, JC on. I'm coming for you on Madden, whatever. Yeah, you know, like I got my 1,000 on the table too. Black card, swipe it. You know, like, I just don't have that time, and I'm really sorry. I hope that's not a
it's all good. No, it's not.
In here because I can't. You know.
Yeah, no,
I watch the game. I watch you play, bro. I watch you play the machine and crush it, B, because I know about your stats, son.
Well, you know, I'm undefeated up in here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody want that smoke.
I believe it. But and you have some big boys in here already.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
AB up in here.
Yeah, AB. You know, shout to AB, but you know, I have to do what I have to do. Because if he's on a football field, he'll do it to me. Or if I was trying to take a picture, you'll do it to me. So it's like
knowing your craft.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Him on the field, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He's spin moving and he's gone.
Yeah, I'm not messing with him. So
shoulder shake.
So I got like 2 more questions for you, and I'll wrap it up. So in the process of you know, doing your photography and stuff like that, a lot of times people don't understand the level of grind and also the understanding of being humble in order to have the growth and stuff like that. Can you share like probably one of your most impactful moments that made you realize that you was at another level? Because and the reason why I say that because like speaking for me in the gaming world, my grandmother taught me how to play games when I was 4. Amazing. So this is like, you know, it's been my career. But there's a gentleman by the name of Hideo Kojima. Okay. And Hideo Kojima, he's the one who created Metal Gear Solid. Wow. And I interviewed him before. And just being able to, like, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to talk to him. Yeah. Let me know that I'm in a position of value to the industry and to the craft that I'm even allowed to speak to somebody on that level. So what's a moment where you felt like it was your breakthrough, where you was like, yo, I'm here, like I've arrived, and like, wow, thank God for letting me get to this point.
Sure. I mean, look, you know, I'm a white boy from Cleveland. You know, in a lot of ways, I'm not really supposed to be here. I'm probably not supposed to be having this conversation. You know, I grew up, you know, playing tennis, cutting grass. But I fell in love.
I'll smoke. I wouldn't. Man, I can't play no tennis. I can't play no tennis.
Don't play with me.
Go ahead.
On the court. Yo, real talk. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever they say, whatever the people say, and they go on rants and they do it like that.
Yo, when you got the hands, it's real.
Yeah, the high. I learned that from Kevin Hart, man. You know what I mean? Just watching his incredible stand-up, man. But anyway, man, look, it's I really chose to be part of this. You know, there was something so compelling about the stories being told. And I go back to Big Daddy Kane, Kool Moe Dee, DOC, Slick Rick, like original golden era storytellers. You know what I mean? And that's what was like, what is this and how do I like play my role within this world? And then I moved from Cleveland to New York in 93. And that was such a critical time for hip hop. You know, the emergence of like, I mean, so many albums, but you know, just think about, you know, Puff kind of, you know, diving into Bad Boy, Big being around, you know, Nas releasing Illmatic. Like these are all now projects that were like, New York was like on fire. Yet another reason to celebrate New York hip hop as we're doing next week on the 20th, you know?
Yeah.
And 21st, 2nd, and 3rd if you can't make the opening.
Yeah, if you can't make the opening, make sure it's so 20th, 21st, and 22nd, right?
Opening night 20th, yep. 7 till, you know, until we're done.
All right, okay, I like that.
Yeah. That's always a good way.
See, I wish I was able to bring like a gaming setup to the event. Like we'll talk.
Well, look, there's so many. Like even in the VR space, man, there's so much to be done. Like it's fascinating to me how amazing the visuals are within the games. And again, like I'm not studying this stuff, but how realistic that is in the movements and like all of the you know the points on to make sure that the movements are as authentic as possible. Like phenomenal. I love it from that scientific standpoint. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I just don't have time to play. But anyway,
I got you.
But your main question that you asked me was, when did I know that things changed?
Yeah.
You know, when I moved to New York, it changed because I had access to everything.
Got you.
You know, Heavy D put me on, and I was just like,
Heavy D put you on?
Yo,
rest in peace, Heavy D, man. Oh man.
Big
what?
Time. Yeah. And then Reasonable Doubt in '96 was the first sort of like, I did an album cover that I can walk around New York City and touch and feel on the wall, 10 of them in a row. That was sort of like the starting point. And then people were like, wait, you did that? We want you to shoot this new kid, Ja Rule. Okay, yo, you did that? We want you to get, DMX. The kid that you shot on the 4321 video, yo, he's got a project coming out. Go shoot him for The Source. Shot him with The Dog. Shot the first album. Shot with The Blood. You know, like, so like good work begets good work. So being on that role and then realizing a couple things, man. I mean, you are to your world as I am to mine. You know, we're professionals. We do what we do.
I don't even know. I don't want.
Name your favorite.
I don't know what to do no more. So, like this interview is
we talking about hip hop. That I can talk about at length.
I mean,
in depth.
I don't know how to feel right now just sitting next to you, bro. Like with all the stuff that you did. Like,
so this is another moment for me. Realizing that the work and the visuals that are forever attached to the music that we all love, that are part of all of our narratives, like that picture, like close your eyes, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. You can see it, right? I did that. You know what I mean? And like, with DMX, so we taking over this whole thing. We laying out Jonthan, Mannion. I'm gonna be here all day playing games and stuff. You gonna teach me how to play these games?
Yo, bro. Yo, look,
that's the power.
This is why you need to come out to the event. This is why you need to come out to the event, to see people like this. You know what I'm saying? This is incredible. So last question, man.
And there's incredible ones too. I'm like bigging up like Danny Clinch. There's the famous Tupac picture that you see over and over with his hands behind his back. He's got Carl Kanai pants on. That's Danny Clinch. He's going to be in the show. Like these are all.
Son, this is crazy.
We all photographers align. We are now like, it's like solidarity. Like we move when we know each other is moving. Right, and the crew that's been assembled to put this show together, one on the sort of on the high level of assembly, but also the photographers. Like we really like D-Nice is my friend. Melody Cole is my friend. You know what I mean? Like these aren't just like I'm in shows with photographers. It's cool.
These are your people.
I respect what they do, but like photographers are also very competitive. So like giving the love, you know what I mean, and seeing the work that I don't even know what D-Nice is putting in, but I know that he has access. So he's got gems of like Mary J. Blige in South Africa or, whatever it is. So, I'm excited to see it all come together.
I can't wait either. I can't wait to go to this spot and see everything. So for the final question, man, in hip hop, especially of recent,
Lord Jamar,
Once again, brand Nubian.
like Lord Jamar has a huge issue with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I'm bringing this up because you're a white dude in hip hop, but from the standpoint of photography, Eminem to me is like the dopest lyricist ever, in my opinion. The dopest lyricist ever. Eminem is the dopest lyricist. Wait, hold, yo, what you about to do? What he's about to do right now?
Who got a blade?
What's about the
New Yorkers? We got a blade.
Oh, shout out to Erica, DiggsAndCo. She got the blade. You know what I'm saying? Oh,
She got the exacto.
So listen, so I'll tell you, Eminem to me is the best lyricist ever. Like you know what I'm saying? And Lord Jamar, mainly because Eminem is white, don't want to give him his props and stuff like that. And I think it's ridiculous because if Eminem is hip hop. He showed love to everybody. He studied everything. Eminem was my fake. Don't do this to me, bro. Don't do this to me, bro.
This guy. This is the entire Marshall Mathers LP.
Yo!
In your hands. There you go. That's hip hop history right there. It just so happened that Marshall Mathers LP is turning 20 on May 23rd of this year.
Oh my
So these are being sent to Eminem directly. So your hands have touched them before Eminem's will. Eminem's about to. Eminem is a genius,
Eminem is the
man.
best. Yo, my man Eminem said, I check this out. One of the dopest lines he said, and this is like a while ago, but he was like, and I don't curse, so you'll see, I'll bleep that out.
Yes,
but I was like, check it. Windows tinted on my ride, but I drive in it. So when I rob a bank, run out and just dive in it. So I'll be disguised in it. And if anybody identifies the guy in it, I'll hide for 5 minutes. Come back, shoot the eyewitness. Fire at the private eye, hire the prior in my business. How you say that? How you say that? It's crazy.
Lord Jamar.
I love you, Eminem. Lord Jamar. Look, so my question was, when it comes to Lord Jamar saying what he be saying about Eminem, why do you think, that is in your opinion? And if Eminem ever took time out to ask, if Lord Jamar ever said, I want to battle Eminem because I'm tired of all this.
Good luck.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you think Lord Jamar loses?
Man, look, I have huge respect.
I love Lord Jamar. I love him too. I'm a hip hop head. Brand Nubian,
I'm gonna put it
Grand Puma, Alamo, that's my dude. I know, but I'm just keeping it hip hop bars. I'm just
Sadat X.
You already know, X, man. So I'm just keeping it hip hop bars, just real talk. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you think he'll lose? And I love you, Eminem. I'm holding this. I care about you a lot. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you think he'll lose, and why do you think he says what he says?
Look, Marshall has continued to invest time, energy, focus, really clear thinking to one of the probably few things that he loves in this world, which is passionately ripping people apart. Right? So I don't think it looks good. And I have huge respect for Lord Jamar, one of the incredible tones of a voice and the delivery, man. And so I'm not there's no dissing, but Eminem is a genius, and I think he takes great pleasure, and he would put in the time to create the bars that would shatter the scoreboard. So it would just be a gentle point to the scoreboard when it's all said and done. It's really look, we had to prove ourselves, light-skinned individuals, aka white boys from the Midwest, to believe that we had to prove ourselves, right, and our worth within this industry more than perhaps others. I'm just part of this. I'm New York hip hop, born and raised, and my pops is from Brooklyn. My dad is also from Brooklyn.
So I grew up in Cleveland. You sound like you used to rap too.
My dad's I have no bar. I have
you got that. You got that voice.
The funky one. But I got the voice.
Yeah,
I got a lot of voices and stuff. Yo, don't do that. Yo, you thought that was him this whole time? No, man.
Yo,
big up Jay-Z,
bro,
man.
Listen.
The bar.
Yo, on the count of 3, please, let's clap it up for Jay. 1, 2, 3. Clap it up for you, man. Yo, this show has been crazy. You know what I'm saying? We was graced
and blessed to have Erica DiggsAndCo jeweler. You already know what it is. Make sure you follow her. We are blessed to have her on the show as well. Antonio Brown, NFL superstar, came through. You know what I'm saying?
Big.
On a football field, he'll kill all of us, but in Street Fighter, we got him. You know what I'm saying? It was great. So thank you for having. Thankful to have him on the show. And Jay, man, like, yo, bro, I don't care what nobody say, man. You family.
I'll be back anytime y'all have me.
My man, shout out to Anthony Toribio on the side. Y'all don't see him right now, but on the side. But I used to deliver mail to him.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I worked in the mailroom for over 10 years. At every record label.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So I
we
was
probably have
I
met
was a
before
fly
as
on
well.
the wall
Sure.
with everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's lots of stuff I know that
Incredible
nobody knows that it will remain that way. But I'm just saying.
Think about a photographer on set and what I get to, like, I'm led into moments of the great days and the bad days.
Exactly.
And the problems and the things to
So
solve.
I'm in the mailroom, so they already look at me like, oh, that's just the mailroom guy. I'm like, okay.
No, okay.
But what is great is that it comes around full circle that the mailroom guy is now helping everybody come together to do bigger things. So
For
look,
sure. For sure.
it's my first time meeting you.
It's not what you do, it's who you are.
Yeah, character is your currency. That's
it
it, man. I love you, bro.
Love
God
you,
bless you,
man.
man. On
Thanks
that
for
note,
having
we
me.
out of here. Logitech G on your hot 97 every day. That's my word.
Swimming in women with
And we
their
outta
own
here, man.
condominiums.
Peace. I like that. Peace.